Catullus 7 follows Catullus 5 in regards to all of the kisses. So he starts off by addressing lesbia, so this is going to be vocative. Our verb is quaerist, it's going to be you as the subject, you ask. And then this whole thing is an indirect question. So you ask, and there's our question, how many? The 2y is going to go with basiationes, and those are the kisses. And that's the subject of our indirect question. Sint is our verb, which is just the present tense of to be, so are. And then me, he is going to come at the end here. So we'll have how many of your kisses are satis, and then superque, so like enough and beyond, enough and more than enough, and then our dative right here. And so then he goes into this double simile. So our first one goes from here to here. And he's talking about the number of sands. So your quam is going to be translated as. So as great a number. And these are genitives. And then the number is our subject. And that's the subject of this verb jacet. These are going to be ablatives of location. So we'll say in. And then here's where we have our anastrophe. And an anastrophe is the reversal of normal word order. So our preposition inter has two objects, and typically they're right next to them, like this next word. But in this case, your one object is oraculum, and it's over here, creating an anastrophe, and your other one is down here, sepulchrum. What this does is it puts everything in between the oracle and the tomb. So that's the effect of the anastrophe here. And then we've got this genitive, and then we have our other rhetorical device is the transferred epithet with the word aistuosi. And so the transferred epithet is where the word grammatically, this word is genitive, grammatically goes with Yois, but contextually it makes more sense to talk about the oracle, the location of the oracle being hot instead of Jupiter. All right, and then over here we've got this going with sepulchrum, and then these are genitives as well. So kind of a chiasmus where we have a accusative, genitive, accusative. All right, so he's comparing the number of kisses to the number of sands. And then in our next one, which will go just these two lines, this is our second simile, is going to talk about stars. So he says, or as many stars, and the stars is going to be the subject. We have a little temporal cum clause. So when nox tacet, the stars vident the furtivos amores. And this time translate amores as love affairs. This is genitive. All right. And then he kind of concludes his poem here with these lines. So this is a little bit complicated. There's a few ways you can go about it. I'm going to make this an indirect statement. So that, if we just start with call an indirect statement, we start with that. So that you kiss Tom multa basia, and this is our direct object, and then is, so essentially this indirect statement, this line also serves as the subject of est. So that you kiss so many kisses is enough and beyond, so echoing up here. And then this is dative, for, and with sano goes there. So he's referring to himself in the third person. Interesting. Okay, and then in our last two lines here, the quai is going to refer back to the basia, to the kisses. So the kisses which, just draw a little line there, you go, which curious people are not able to count, nor an evil tongue is able, fascinare. And so this is a subjunctive here. There's a couple things. Probably we're looking at what's called a relative clause of characteristic. And that's where you have a relative clause like we have here. And the verb is in the subjunctive, indicating it's like the type of kisses which curious people are not able to count, which sounds a little bit strange, but anyway, not too big of a deal. This is a relative clause, though.